Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Third and 10 podcast. Yeah, season 3, episode 2. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Gemino. Brian, happy Thursday to you, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I want to give a quick shout out to Jackson Dart's parents for giving their kids some of the coolest names ever. Like, Jackson is spelt cool, but I just learned that Jackson Dart has a brother named Diesel, who's a sophomore in college, a sophomore in high school. His name is Diesel Dart. That's
Just
awesome.
no nickname, just straight up Diesel.
Straight up Diesel. Diesel Dart. He has an offer from BYU. He's a sophomore. I was just watching his highlights. He's a wide receiver, strong safety right now. Kid's electric.
I don't know. When I think of Diesel, I think the Thomas the train.
Yes.
Diesel train.
Yes. Wait, Diesel was what? He was like the black square one, right?
Yeah, he was a black train. Yeah.
Was he evil or was he?
Low key, I think he was a.
He was a bad train.
Yeah, he was an a-hole.
No, it was Diesel 10 because he had the claw. Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Hang on, Thomas.
I did not expect to talk about freaking trains.
Bro. Yes, Diesel 10 with the claw. He was in the movie with Alex Baldwin.
Thanks. Nice job.
I loved Thomas as a kid, so this was great. Just unlocked my 5-year-old brain for a second.
Previous Diesel, that's his. There we go.
Yes, with Pinchy
he
the
was.
claw. He was in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the movie.
He was low key an a-hole.
He was. He almost killed Alex Baldwin.
I think my favorite train wasn't Thomas. I think it was low key. It was Percy.
Percy, the green one. Yeah, Percy was cool.
Just chill, you know.
I like Gordon. He was chill.
Oh, it's big dog right there. Thomas had nothing on him for real.
Yeah, Gordon had a coal thing, whatever that's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But no, Thomas was
commuter
cool.
train.
Overall, that show was good.
Yeah, oh my god, my childhood, my whole childhood.
One of my childhood shows for sure. What was your childhood consistent?
Thomas, 100% Thomas.
Just Thomas
or Zabumafu were my two.
What is that?
You don't know what Zabumafu is?
I have no idea.
Oh, you gotta get cultured, Nate. Zabumafu was this show with the Kratz brothers. It was these two brothers and a puppet lemur, and they would talk about animals for a half hour. I swear to God. All right, well, that's it. We're looking it up.
So Zabumafu.
Yes, Zabumafu. Hang on. I got him. I already got it.
Right, thank you. Yeah, we'll share a screen. For those of you watching on YouTube and see what exactly.
What month? I mean, come on. If you were a 2000s kid and we're watching this, you don't know ball.
Apparently shoot.
That. Yes, that's Zabumafu.
Zabumafu.
Bro,
that's from 1999 to 2000. Oh.
Yeah.
So you watch like reruns and stuff.
Yeah.
What was this on, like PBS?
PBS, yeah.
No, never heard of it. Sorry, man. I'm terrible. I'm terrible, man. My childhood was like the Wiggles. It was, Power Rangers. It was obviously Thomas the Train, Disney Cars. Never Zabumafu. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Well, Rubber Dubbers, you know that one? The bathtub toys come to life. It's like Toy Story with bathtub toys. What's going on out west? You know, have good quality programming.
We had Bubble Guppies. I don't know.
No, I was too old for Bubble Guppies.
Okay. In summary, my childhood wasn't the best. Okay. No, I love my childhood, but compared to others, very uncultured to say the least.
You didn't watch these guys? Like, come on.
I just never heard of them, my friend. I never heard of them. But I'm glad you're doing well. Last night was a bit rough for me.
You didn't watch these guys? These are the best.
I got a fantasy trade.
Oh.
For baseball. Not that it matters. Luis Arise
Mm.
in exchange. So I would get Xander Bogaerts and Jackson Holiday. I mean,
It's not a bad trade. Jackson Holiday is.
Oh, heck no. What the flip?
It's not dynasty, right? It's just like season.
Yeah, it's regular.
Yeah, because if it was dynasty, I'd say do it all day because Holiday's going to be a superstar.
Nah, I'm chilling. I'm declining that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's all right this year. He's not terrible. 247, 330, 322, 358, 101 OPS plus, couple dingers.
Yeah. And Arise, he knows how to hit. Like, I know.
Yeah, Arise is the best contact hitter in the game.
Yeah. I mean, Holiday's young. Bogaerts is a veteran. It's cool, but like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was dynasty, like, yeah, just do it. If anyone offered you Jackson Holiday in a dynasty league, you make that trade.
I have yet to get like ever in my fantasy playing career an even trade that works out for. Okay, no, I take that back.
I've done it when I was doing fantasy hockey in high school. I would get those a lot.
I think it's just in general, my friend. Like it's just like you can either you offer someone or you get whatever, whether you're giving or receiving. When it comes to trades, you just never get something that you rarely get something that works out for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think the one instance was back in 2019. No, 2020. No, 2019. Me and my friend were in a fantasy basketball league. And we made a trade. It was even that was uneven, but it was James Harden for Jimmy Butler and who's the other guy? DeMar DeRozan? Sure. Yeah. And that was the year that Harden was like the step back king.
Yeah.
Getting to the free throw line, all that stuff.
But like it was the Rockets still, right? Like
it was the Rockets. He was going off, dude. And he gave me Harden. I gave him, Butler, and Butler put up respectable stats, but Harden he went off. So I think actually that wasn't an uneven trade because Harden was not putting up, or Butler was not putting up the same amount of fantasy points like Harden was. So technically, that's also an uneven trade. Shout out to my guy Isaac. Always talk about that trade. He's an SF Giants fan, so shout out to him. And we'll be talking baseball actually later on, right, Brian? As we will be giving out our 1 month in awards.
Yeah.
A certain player from New York might be my MVP. He might be my MVP winner, and it's not the player you think it is. It's Puerto Rican, but I'll just leave it at that. I probably just gave.
I have a different MVP than him. Thought about him, but not him.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But we'll see. We'll talk more about that later on the show.
NL and AL.
I did.
Okay.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. You know me.
Want to make sure we split the league.
You know what I'm saying? No, actually, when not growing up, but when I first started learning baseball, I thought it was just like one straight up league.
Yeah,
like the NFL and the NBA.
Yeah.
No, it was American League and National League. I was like,
yes, we split the leagues,
which makes sense.
MLB holds because like everyone talks about the NFL merger. No one realizes that the MLB merged back in 1900s. Like the NL and AL were two separate things, and then they merged under the MLB, and that's why they're still leagues. They're still holding up the merger.
So, yeah, it was just how do I say it? Not interesting. Yeah, it was interesting to learn growing. I was like, oh, there's two leagues, and you got So, but yeah, we'll be making our award picks and all that fun stuff later on, and we'll start the show off with the Giants. We discussed their draft class on Tuesday, but there's some undrafted free agents that they also signed that we'll talk about and guys to watch out for. We'll talk about best rookie quarterback situations, our top 5, and that as well. And then, we'll talk some baseball and then end the show with our post-game segment because the Lakers Cancun in 5. But yeah, make sure to follow us on social media at 3rd and 10 Pod on all things that exist. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
All of them.
All stuff. All right. Without further ado, let's get started. The Giants, they signed quite a few.
I think like 13 is what it was.
They signed a lot. With others to come in terms of because they were invited to minicamp, the other ones that weren't signed to a undrafted deal. So we'll see if they make the roster. But yeah, I decided we were looking through it and we decided, hey, why not think or kind of give five players to watch out. Yeah, to watch out for. Yeah. So yeah. Brian, I feel like we have some similar guys, but there's a few that we didn't have, or we didn't have the same guys on our list for. I guess is the right. I can't even.
We agreed on some, others we didn't agree on.
Yeah, there you go. So let's start with we'll start with you. What's one guy that you had on your list that I possibly already?
1 do 5, the full like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like that. Is that how we're doing it? Okay, yeah. So, at 5, I have Trace Ford, defensive lineman from Oklahoma. This is a guy that is on the defensive line, but he's athletic enough where you can drop back into like man coverage and has like the athleticism to keep up with tight ends or running backs. If the Giants want to get creative with their pass coverage, this could be a guy I see like hanging around and being kind of like a hybrid, kind of like what Isaiah Simmons was for us. Kind of like a hybrid guy for us. So that's where I have Ford at 5.
Okay. For me, I was also in the trenches, but I'm going on the offensive side of the ball. Jason Williams from Youngstown State.
I'm at 3.
Okay. I like that. For your starter, I won't say too much things because I know you have things to say about him as well. For your starter for the Penguins, 6'4", 320. Good athleticism. Knows how to attack the perimeter when it comes to defenders. So he's honestly just really good in the screen game, which I like. He does need to get stronger, though. But otherwise, when it comes to the offensive lineman, right, it's versatility that matters. And he's played on every single position during his college career except center. So
yeah,
I like that. And honestly, we need more O-line depth. You can never have too many offensive linemen.
No, especially with someone like Williamson, who can play, besides center, the guards and tackle positions in this. Like, that is huge for the Giants. You're basically getting, like, it's kind of like, it's similar to when you have a utility guy on the bench in baseball, where, like, yeah, his primary position is second base, but he can play third, short, left, right. He fills up multiple spots than just one.
Yeah, the thing with these UDFAs, right, they can come from anywhere. Right. And if they shine, it's just like it's even a better story. Like, oh my God, a guy from Youngstown State is in the starting lineup for the Giants or whatever. That's obviously the best case scenario for his career. We don't expect him to. You know, if anything, he's gonna just be a solid.
He'll be cut by week 5. Well, he won't be here.
Yeah, like it. And like just like the best case scenario that he's like, a solid backup and all the things, and that goes for all the guys that we're going to discuss today, right? It's like we don't expect you to be a starter, but hell, if you could be a great depth piece for us, that would be fantastic.
Hey, Trey, be a great depth piece, or like we see it every single year when we have these guys that like break out in training camp, and a team suffers an injury or someone doesn't play up to their expectations, and they start looking around. We could get a 6th, 7th round pick for one of these guys that we signed for nothing.
Hell yeah, that's just draft capital for us that we can use towards in the future. So, but yeah, Jason Williams, my first guy on my list at number 5. Let's go to number 4, my friend. Who do you have?
I have Jeremiah Terry, the tight end from Oregon State. Complete matchup nightmare. Difficult for both defensive backs and safeties to cover. With this tight end room feeling like so wide open, like I feel like it's like Theo Johnson and then like kind of a mix of everybody. I feel like if Terry has a big preseason, he could be like that third, maybe even like a 4th string tight end. They want to carry 4 tight ends that goes out there and like deep ball situations.
Okay. Number 4 for me, the man from Notre Dame, Bew Collins. Whoop, whoop.
Number 2. That's my number 2.
That's number 2. Oh, I figured.
Jockey, not number 1. I thought he's gonna be number 1. Number 2.
Number 2. I bet.
I'm in love with my number 1 guy. I think.
Okay. We might have this number 1 guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but we'll see when we get there then. But yeah, Collins, like this was a guy that I wanted to hear more of your input on than I am, so I'll keep mine short. He's a tall receiver. Look, we do need receiver depth because it's Neighbors, Slayton, Robinson, Hyatt, and then it's kind of a question mark afterwards. So Collins to me is like a solid depth piece you throw out there if needed as an X receiver, and then just go from there. He does have some issues, but like I said, it's a Notre Dame guy, and I wanted to say that for Brian, so I'll save that when we get to number 2 for him. But number 3. Who do you have at 3, sir? Oh, it was Williams, correct?
Williams, yeah. So basically, everything you did, 4-year starter, can play multiple positions, good athleticism, and he has that fighter personality. He wants to just go in and fight, not fight everyone, but like he's like, I'm gonna beat you, and he's really competitive. I think that is a great guy to have on your depth piece. A guy that's hungry and gonna go out there. I think this is a guy the coaching staff can fall in love with and be a solid depth piece for us. That's where I saw more of like, we talked about Jackson Dart with that like fighter mentality, that like just I want to win no matter what. I see a lot of that in Williams too, so that is nothing but positives for us.
Hell yeah! Look at us just bringing in dogs like the Giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single one of the guys drafted is a dog. Carter's a dog. Dart's a dog.
Carter's in his own franchise-changing guy.
Yeah, dude, we're so lucky, aren't we? Mm-hmm. We got the best pass rusher in the dang draft, and he's arguably the best overall prospect in the draft. So.
Like I saw people online going, no matter what happens this season, Joe Shane probably saved his job for the past 2 drafts.
Oh, for sure.
Because like you could still, he's like Brian Daboll, we don't know yet. We have to see what's on the field, but you could make the argument that they could fire Daboll and keep Joe Shane around because he's actually being a very smart and calculated GM. And when his feet were in the fire, he did not panic and still played it smart.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone, the pressure's on Daboll now to just he has the players. Basically has all the tools. He has all the tools, and he just needs to put those tools to work and make sure everything works out fine. So I saw a tweet actually. It was like, if Daboll doesn't win at least 7 or 8 games next year, they should be let go. And I'm like,
how?
Sure.
I get what he's saying, but my big thing is how. Like, if we go 5, was it 5-11, 5-12?
Last year?
No. If we win 5 games this year, like what I rec 5, be 5-12, right? With 17, 5-12. But like 7 of our 12 losses are 1-score games. I could see Daboll keeping his job because like, all right, this team fought. We just didn't get breaks our way.
Yeah. And it's not fair for Daboll to be like, to only have 1 year with his quarterback. Like he needs, I need to see 2 full seasons with him and Dart together before I'm like, all right. Like, But I love Daboll.
If we have a repeat of last season, that's done for Daboll. I don't care what Dart does.
I just don't think it's fair.
It might not be fair. But at the same time, this is a much more talented roster, and there was no growth whatsoever. Then it's a coaching problem.
Fair enough. It's gonna take a lot for me to be like, all right, he's gone. Like I don't
want Daboll fired either. I'm just like kind of looking at like the world where I would be fine firing him is that one where it's another 3-14. The team looks miserable. It's just like, all right, like we have to change the head coach because the message is just gone.
I get you. But yeah, we'll actually discuss a little bit about rookie quarterbacks in our next segment. Because we'll get there when we get there. But number 3 for me, Donnell Fortune.
That's my number 1.
I wonder why. Is the last name kind of factor in a little bit into why he's
a little bit, but I just really liked him.
Okay, bet. So I'll keep mine short as well. Played 44 games, 112 tackles, was a defensive MVP of the East-West Shrine Bowl. He does have solid ball skills, and he can close quickly. It's just, he does have some concerning traits, including he is skinny, so he does need to bulk up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that long speed, but overall, he is an intriguing prospect, to say the least. Yeah, when it comes to like the Shrine Bowl or like the Senior Bowl, like the Giants just love players from
the
that.
MVPs.
It just seems like I don't know what it is. But overall,
hey,
yeah,
if we're gonna pick this guy, he must have done something right in that game.
Yeah, he did get a pick six in that East-West Shrine Bowl, so it makes sense. I guess it makes sense to get him. But who do you have at number 2, good sir?
Mr. Bo Collins from Notre Dame, my boy.
Bo Collins, of course.
So like you said, prototypical NFL size and length, adequate quickness. This is the big thing I had for him. He can beat that first tackle and get yards after the catch. We talk about guys like, Malik Neighbors is just an all-around receiver. Hyatt's a deep threat. Wan'Dale Robinson can be explosive. We don't really have that guy. Maybe Darius Slayton to an extent is this guy, but a guy that we can use in like, all right, we just want you to run an in route on like a 3rd and 2, or like, hey, let's set up a screen pass and just kind of bulldoze you. We don't have that wide receiver. Bo Collins can step into that role and make a couple defenders miss and get those short yard situations. So I think it's a spot as that wide receiver 5 as like the short gain specialist.
And he can win those jump balls too, which
yes,
is good.
He can win the jump balls too.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I think for me, it's like the route running is a bit of a concern from what I read about as well. And
it is. But that's why if you keep him like, if you're like, okay, you're just going to focus on the bottom part of the route tree, like just the ins and like the out, like the shallow outs, he'll be fine.
Then, and the occasional just
the occasional
go around down the
just
field.
go straight.
Just go straight. We'll throw it up to you and you get it, great. If not, then hey, we'll move on.
Yeah. Don't make them be complex with like the route. If you just keep it simple, like, okay, we really want you to be just like an expert on just those short gains, and then anyone can run straight.
There you go. So, and he's from the Irish, so I don't.
Exactly. Exactly. He transferred last year. He's not a 4-year man, but I do love what I saw from him last year.
For sure. Yeah, I don't blame you whatsoever, my friend, for having him as high as you have him. Number 2 for me, cornerback Makari Page. Yeah, Makari Page from Michigan. Go Blue. Honestly, was an interesting prospect to have up here on my list because NFL scouts didn't like him, which is why he went undrafted, obviously. But for him, when the light shined the brightest, he stepped up to the challenge. He made some plays in the CFP championship versus Washington in 23. There we go.
22 was Georgia.
There you go. Thank you. And he also picked off Will Howard last year to seal the victory between for the Wolverines against Ohio State during the last game of the regular season. Page was a safety, but he moved to more nickel in 24, where he kind of found his true home, I guess. He had 45 tackles, 6 pass deflections, and 2 interceptions last year for Michigan. 6'4", 4.49 40 time, known as a single high safety. He can play single high safety, but also, like I said, he's mainly a nickel corner, if anything. He does have hit tightness, and he will struggle to get through blocks, but for a guy to be 6'4", that's an intriguing DB to have on your roster. And, whether it's him or Fortune, I hope one of these guys do make the roster because the Giants team just lacks depth at the corner position. So hopefully we can, hopefully one of the two shows out and makes the roster because we need help. That's just simple as that. And Page is just intriguing to have with his size and length and all those things. So, but yeah, number 1, you have Fortune.
Yeah, Fortune, like you said, Shrine Bowl MVP, he's quick, has good vision, very big with baiting quarterbacks and throwing interceptions, can kind of read the route, had 7 picks in his time in college. This could be a guy, if, like you said, got to bulk up because him being so skinny caused him to not get tackles as well as he should have. But if he can bulk up, this could be a regular guy in nickel packages as a cover specialist. That's a perfect role for him. You put a little muscle, and I think that's exactly what this guy's going to be for us.
Okay. And number one for me was Antoine Juice Wells from Ole Miss. Transferred from the University of South Carolina last year, and he played with Mr. Dart in 2024. You know me, I'm a sucker for college teammates reuniting together, and this happened with Wells signing a UDFA deal with New York to reunite with his former college quarterback. Wells had 553 yards last year and 6 touchdowns with Dart in 2024. 6 foot 201. His 40 time was 4.58, which was kind of poor. But it's safe to say, like, Dart, when he needed a big play, he turned to Wells. Wells had 8.3 yards per catch last year, and averaged up the target at 17.8 yards downfield. So it's all that, just in simple terms, he's a deep threat. The savviest of wideouts is what Dart described him as. The savviest. Yeah, that's what he said on the Gruden's quarterback class, which I loved.
That was a great one.
This offseason, I loved watching that. It was just so entertaining. And Dart showed out, and he complimented his former teammate, or his teammate again for the time being, in Wells. Only had 28 catches last year for Mr. Wells, but he had almost 1,000 yards in his first year at South Carolina in 2022, and then 2021 when he was at James Madison, he also had 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns during his time with the Dukes. So he's more like a deep threat screen wideout guy. And you mentioned earlier, Red, with Collins. I see Wells honestly as another option at wide receiver number 5. And he will have that advantage over the other receivers because of that college connection and that chemistry that they already have between Dart and Wells. I know his 40 time is poor, but he does have the other traits that you would like to have in a wide receiver. And we could use some more deep threats. I'll tell you that. The size is average and everything like that, but honestly, if he can turn heads in camp, I think he'll make the roster for sure.
At the very least, it's a safety blanket for Dart.
Yeah,
that's simple. When he's in preseason, his first preseason, this is a guy maybe can move to the practice squad during the season, so he comes back next preseason for Dart. This is the one that Dart can just build some with, be comfortable in the offense. Okay, I know if everything goes wrong, I got my guy. Yeah,
and Dart's gonna be playing a lot in the preseason.
He better. I wouldn't be mad if he's playing like 2 quarters a game for all 3 preseason games. You start Wilson on a drive or 2, Jameis gets some work in, and then Dart goes the rest. And so you want to put in like Cutlets.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Cutlets will be here. He'll be like the fourth stringer, kind of coming in a mop-up duty. And then when Labor Day comes, he'll get cut.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's definitely not making the roster. If anything, he'll make practice squad.
He'll make practice squad. Or get traded somewhere because some team will be like, oh, we'll take a shot at him. He's fun.
The name of the Browns.
I mean, throw him into the sitcom room. Why not? He fits perfectly.
At this point, like, it's honestly, anyone can play quarterback. They have so many quarterback options, which is why
it's a circus.
They have like 5 or 6
They have
guys.
5 quarterbacks, and it's like the most normal. Joe Flacco might be the best one in there.
We'll honestly have to see. But it's a good transition, by the way.
Could you imagine telling, like, could you imagine telling yourself 5 years ago that Joe Flacco will not only still be in the league in 2025, but might be the best quarterback on the Browns roster? A roster that includes Deshaun Watson.
That just shows just how bad the Browns are. Like you thought they had quarterback issues before? Well, man, they got options. Oh, they have
the
opposite.
Now. Before they didn't have any quarterbacks. Now they have too many quarterbacks, but none of them are actually good enough to be a starter.
If you have more than one, you don't have
none.
No, sir. But good transition, by the way, as we go from talking about our Giants. And shout out to the guys that we mentioned. Hopefully they make the roster or make some noise in camp at least.
Bo Collins.
And Bo Collins.
I need the Irish connection in the Giants, too. Like, the Giants are always – I love the Giants more than Notre Dame, but it's always fun when I have I watched that guy on Saturday, now I'm watching on Sundays.
Hey, if he impresses and he doesn't make
Like
the
Julian
roster,
Love was amazing for all those years he was there. I'm like, oh, I watched him
man,
on Saturday. Now I'm watching him on Sunday.
I remember him.
That's why
Man,
Justin
he
Tuck's
was
my favorite Giant of all time. Because not only was he an amazing Giant, he also was good at Notre Dame. So it's perfect.
damn right. I will say if Collins doesn't work out with us, but he plays well, I hope he goes to Indy with Leonard, with Ryan Leonard.
Yes, with Leonard.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Man, they love scrambling quarterbacks over there in Indianapolis. They got AR.
Shout out
They
to
got
Colts fans. They're going through it right now. I don't know.
man,
I know you saw my tweet, but I don't know
I
if everyone
did.
else did. There was some poor Colts fan going like, so we all agree Daniel Jones is our guy, right? Like he's QB1. He's going to be great. I'm like, oh, these poor Colts fans. Like, is that what we sounded like for 6 years?
Be like, oh, buddy.
Nobody, no. It's the interstellar scene when he's banging on the glass. No.
Oh man,
That's the Giants are the Colts fans right now.
I'm glad
Like, no, we've been doing this for 6 years. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I'm glad they're optimistic, but man, if he just once he disappoints them, it's gonna be a whole. And I hope he doesn't, but if he does, it's gonna be a whole.
But I hope Daniel Jones is a starter, but he's not gonna be.
It's gonna be a whole debacle, man. But good luck to you folks in Indy, man. I tell you. But this was
cheaper out there.
We'll see what happens in Indy.
Go Pacers, right?
Woohoo! Oh yeah, they have something going for them.
That's all they got right now.
That's all they got. They have nothing else.
They got they got the Pacers, Peyton Manning highlights, and what could have been for Andrew Luck.
True. Yeah, no, they have the fever too. I forgot.
Oh yeah, they got Caden Clark. I forgot. Good for them.
Yeah, that's facts. Baseball team? No, they don't have one.
Yeah, no, they're the Indianapolis Indians, the AAA team of the Pirates.
Oh,
so they're watching Bubba Chandler, I believe, the Pirates' big pitching prospect. Another one. Yeah. The Pirates are gonna. They have another pitching prospect on the way.
Good. You know what? They deserve it. They've been trash.
No, they don't. They don't spend money. They're gonna waste these pitchers.
It's fine, and they'll just get them ready for free agency, and then.
No, I want the Pirates to be good. They deserve to be good. The fans deserve to cherish this creative monster they're about to get.
Yeah, I do too. But at the end of the day, they're not going to pay their players. No, they're going to go somewhere else and thrive. Hey, Paul Screens to Vegas 2029.
No, come to Queens.
You guys have it.
We'll have the soccer stadium. We'll have the casinos. We'll make it a whole event. Hey, you tell me Livy Dunn doesn't want to live in New York City?
Well, we have casinos too in Vegas.
Right, but we have New York City.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we're closer to California if he wants the hot weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me Livy Dunn doesn't want to live in New York City?
I don't know. Dude, I'm trying to have optimism from my. I know he's gonna go to a big market. He deserves to. He's a big name pitcher who deserves to go to a big market. And what's a big market? New York. But
no. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
God,
that's the Yankees one.
What's the other one?
Ours is New York Groove.
Oh, back in the new. Okay,
that one. That's the good one.
I'm gonna get freaking copyrighted, but anyways. So for our next segment, which is best rookie quarterback situations, so I want to make this clear. This is not based on it's a sprinkle of their traits that were factored into this list, but this list is literally which rookie quarterback has the best situation going into 2025.
Yes.
So this is based on the chance to start. This is the chance of the surrounding
coaching staff.
Coaching staff, supporting cast with his weapons, all that stuff. And like I said, it's not based on their traits.
Because it's based off their ability to succeed based on what's around them.
Exactly. Again, it is the chance to start that also is.
Yeah,
that's how I did. That's how we both did.
No. Chance to start was a big factor for me too.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with number 5. So it's just a bunch of lists today. We're just doing lists all over. Yeah, pretty much. So who do you have going? So who is the fit in terms of rankings? Who's at number 5 for you?
I got my boy Ryan Leonard at 5 with the Colts.
All right, I like it. Why do you have him?
So there's no true QB1 in Indianapolis right now, like we just mentioned with the Daniel Jones stuff. AR-15 is looking like kind of a bust right now. So Ryan Leonard can impress, and don't be surprised by week 13, 14 if we see him starting a game like Sam Ehlinger did a couple years ago for the Colts. But he's got an OC. He's got a head coach that was an OC with the Chargers and the Eagles, worked with Jalen Hurts, Phil Rivers, Justin Herbert. It's a guy that knows how to work with quarterbacks, can develop a good system for them. And Ryan Leonard has all the traits, just needs to be better at throwing that football to be a good quarterback in this league. So that's why I have him at 5.
Okay. I was gonna put Dart here, but I was thinking like last night I was just like, he's not gonna start. And sure, like when he's ready to start, like he'll have a good supporting cast. But like I said, it's all based on chance to start. So he does not make my top 5. Number 5 for me is Tyler Shuck from the New Orleans Saints. Don't like him. Never did.
I kept him off flips, and I don't like him. That's why.
Yeah. I almost did, but I'm like, he does have a chance to start because the Saints are trash. Because Derek Carr, we don't know the extent of the injury at all at this point in time. Other than that, it's a significant one. So it's pretty much Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck to battle for the starting spot. And if you're gonna draft a guy that high, you're gonna just start. Plus, the supporting cast around Shuck is pretty good. Kamara, Olave, Rashid Shaheed, he's a speedster. Juwan Johnson at tight end. Like the offensive line is solid. Defensively, they're always a good unit as well. So I think overall Shuck has a chance to come in and start and have success. I just, like I said, this sprinkle of talent that factors into this list, that's where it kind of came in for me, for him to be at number 5, because it's like I just don't see what's good in him. Like it's literally not the age. It's not the age. I swear to God, it's not the age. He's just not. I just don't. He should not have been chosen that high. Yeah, and I just personally don't like him. But he does have a chance to start, which is good. So I have him at 5. So number 4. Who do you got, good sir?
I had Jalen Milroe for the Seahawks. I think this is a perfect situation for him. Like we said, this is a guy that is really athletic, really good, but needs to sit for a couple of years. And that's exactly what he's going to do in Seattle. They just gave Sam Darnold a 3-year deal worth $100 million. So Darnold has at least 2 years starting. At least. You might get a little bit more that 3rd year, but I would say that's kind of going to be the transition into Milroe year. So 2 years sitting behind the bench. McDonald, who is their head coach, was the DC in Baltimore and says that Milroe reminds him. Toby, no, don't have. Be right back.
Jeez, sure, of course.
Be right back.
No worries. But yeah, I think with Milroe, Brian brought up the point where Darnold's going to be starting for a couple of years. I think for me, it's like, sure, that is the case. However, there is a world where Darnold just underperforms. And if Seattle is contending in 25, and I expect them, I think a lot of us expect Seattle to contend in 25, but Darnold is just underwhelming, especially late in the year, because we saw Darnold do really good in the first half of the season. Like, it was just unbelievable how Darnold was playing in the first half, but towards the second half of the season, he kind of just stumbled down the stretch. So I also have Milroe at 4, Brian.
Oh, perfect.
And the thing was like factoring the starting situation. He's not going to start right away, obviously, and he's obviously going to take some time before he's ready. But like, there is a world where it's like Darnold just sucks. And like, sure, if Seattle is close in contention, they just need a boost. That's where Milroe can come in and possibly start his rookie season. And there's no doubt they're already good, setting up or creating packages specifically for him. Yeah, kind of like what the Ravens did with Lamar, his rookie year. So I see a world where Milroe does start in 25, whether it's they're contending or they're they just struggle and they want to get him some playing time at the end of the year to just create just see what they have. I should say, but whatever he does, if he does start this year, and I do see a world where that happens, DK No, sorry. JSN. DK's gone.
He's
Jackson
gone.
Smith and Jigba. The backfield is solid with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet and Damian Martinez, who they drafted in the 7th round this past draft. So overall, he has a bevy of weapons around him. One ready to start. Honestly, his talent is, like I said, his talent is just it's but he has so much potential. Like, it's literally just working on the little things as a quarterback that you need a quarterback to do with him, and he's ready to go for sure. So Miro has the 4th best rookie quarterback situation heading into 2025. All right, who do you have at number 3, good sir?
At 3, I have Will Howard for the Steelers. So it's either he's going to have Aaron Rodgers, which say whatever you want about Aaron Rodgers, probably isn't a great mentor to have, but he is a good quarterback, and just being in the same room, being around him, listening to him talk and break down plays will be good enough to help him, kind of become an NFL quarterback. Even if they don't sign Rodgers, he becomes quarterback 2 right off the bench. He sits by Mason Rudolph, and he'll probably start at some point. Have good weapons like Pickens and Metcalf to throw to. The Steelers ran a very basic offense last year, very heavy on the run, and that defense is kind of the identity of that team. So Howard doesn't need to play, doesn't need to light the world on fire. He just needs to play like an average quarterback to be the Steelers' long-term guy. And he just goes to a stable organization, which I think helps so much when okay, things aren't, turbulent here. It's just, all right, just year in and year out, consistently good. That culture will help Howard succeed at the next level.
Yes, sir. And he's also high on my list as well, but not at 3. So for me, number 3 was Shedeur Sanders at Cleveland. And look, this guy, it seems from what we've seen in recent videos, he is very focused on football. Not to say that he wasn't before, but
no. But there were videos with like him and Cam Ward at that pro day, and Ward is very like, I'm just doing football, and Shedeur Sanders like, yo, Cam Ward, we should do a song together. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to focus on football here. What are you talking about?
And that's what Shedeur is kind of doing as well. Like, he's now, I think during Shiloh's live stream after the draft, Shedeur was like, yeah, I'm gonna just really just focus on football and not rap or anything anymore. Which is good, but also it's good to have, things they can do outside of football. But I think it's because of
right, but you don't have to things outside of football can be like, oh, I like to read.
Yeah, true. And I think it's just the criticism that he's been receiving. I think that's why he's kind of like, I'll just focus on football for now and all that stuff. And I respect it. Just sucks that people are just, we talked about it before. Like, it's just the criticism that he's been getting is unbelievable. But I digress. But anyways, in terms of the quarterback situation, look, he has, out of all the Cleveland quarterbacks, he has the best chance to start. And that's crazy because it's like, oh, he was chosen in the 5th round. Yeah, but Cleveland, they're dumb. And Andrew Berry isn't as good as a GM as people think he is, honestly. He's freaking terrible. Based off this draft, he's terrible. I'm sorry. 2 quarterbacks, really? And you just got Gabriel.
And 2 running backs.
What? Yeah. But it's like, what do you see in Gabriel, right? It's like he's undersized. I just know he wasn't. Just not to go too long on Gabriel specifically, because I don't want to even talk about him. He was not even. He's not. Wasn't even high in my quarterback rankings when we did our draft reviews. He was just an average quarterback in a good system at Oregon. Like Shedeur, that man put up numbers. 4,000 yards, I think, every season he went in college. He was one guy that actually upped his receivers' play. I didn't see Gabriel do that at Oregon. No.
Maybe it's probably reverse at Oregon.
Yeah, the receivers helped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Sure, he had Travis Hunter, but we talking about LaJohntay Wester, Jimmy Horn. No one heard of those guys. Well, they did, but
you'd be deep in the weeds in college football to know those guys.
Damn right.
Like a casual fan that just turns on the big game on Saturday doesn't know those players.
That's what I'm saying. And so, well, I digress. Dude, look at the Browns quarterback room, right? You have Kenny Pickett, his fourth team. He's not even good.
His third team, I think.
Steelers, Eagles. Oh yeah,
Browns.
Feels like it's 4. It's not even good.
He's got no future other than a backup.
Yeah. So you're telling me a guy on his third team is gonna be just the immediate starter? No. He's not. There's a reason why he's on his third team. I was speaking with Jared the other day on the corner booth, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, Kenny Pickett's better than Shedeur Sanders." I'm like, look, man, let's not act like Kenny Pickett, okay, is some. Yes, he's a Super Bowl champion, but he threw one freaking pass in the Super Bowl because the Eagles are blowing out the dang
Jimmy
Chiefs.
Garoppolo's a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Do we really want to go there with that one?
Yeah, I'm just that's what I was saying. I was just like, he's not that good. If Cleveland's smart and Stefanski, I know he is. You better not give the starting job to Kenny Pickett right out the gate. I'm sorry. Like, he's just not that guy. Like,
yeah, you're right. Joe Flacco,
and you decline his 5th-year option. So what the F do you see in him?
I think it's just like a last resort kind of thing.
Yeah, as a backup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Obviously, I'm sorry. I'm getting too pissed. Not at you, obviously.
Shedeur Sanders love is coming back out.
Yeah, no, but it's like you have to look at the whole, and you know this as well. You look at the whole quarterback room with Cleveland. You have Pickett on his third team. Joe Flacco's old as a MF. Dylan Gabriel's undersized, and Deshaun Watson is Bill Cosby.
And his ACL's broken.
There you go. And I think the team is gonna probably take him to court or whatever because he wasn't wearing his boot or something during the trip.
Oh my God! The Browns will find any loophole right now to get out of that contract.
I would
absolutely.
Too.
I 100% agree with them.
I would too. So the starting path for Shedeur is clear. He just needs to keep his head down. That's all there is, and he will. I know he will. In the preseason, he'll have plenty of chances to show. But I swear, if he does start, and honestly, Cleveland is where quarterbacks do go to die, so there's a chance that this might not work out for him after all in Cleveland. But he does have guys, he has Judkins. He's a talented running back who's going to start week 1. I expect Jerome Ford to be cut because you said they got 2 running backs. It was Judkins and I'm trying to think of the other one, my friend. I can't think of it.
I don't know. I just don't think they had 2.
I got you. It's Sampson. Oh, right.
I like Sampson, the Tennessee kid.
Yeah, he was on my rankings too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a speedster.
He's a guy I mocked the Giants a couple times. So
he's a speedster.
Just I'm much happier with Scottaboo than him.
Oh yeah. I'm chilling. We chill over here with the bruiser. Who ran into decent telephone poles, as a kid. So
he ran into telephone poles.
That's a kid right there.
We have a literal insane person.
We have a bunch of insane people, man.
That's like I remember when I was in high school and I was learning about like U.S. history, and we're watching this video on Fidel Castro, and they said Castro used to ride his bike into brick walls for fun. I'm like this guy's a crazy person.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, this guy, I don't really want to run a country, but I'll take on my football team any day of the week. That guy's a maniac.
We got normal people, and we have lunatics in this world. And
lunatics should be running the country, but I'm fine with lunatics in my backfield.
The more lunatics on the football team, the better.
Exactly.
We have plenty.
You could have a team full of lunatics, and that team's winning a Super Bowl.
Damn right. Hey, don't give me too much hope now. I'm telling you, man.
Lawrence Taylor forgot he had a game on Monday night.
And he went out there and
performed. Yeah. He used to sleep during meetings and still get sacks.
I know. Hung out with a woman at the clubs and all of that. And
he hung out with prostitutes. Is what he hung out with.
I was just trying to be nice to the woman. But
this is a man that used to hire escorts for opposing teams' running backs the night before games. It's 100% a true story. You can look it up.
Did not know that.
Yes, so the running back would be tired and his knees would be weak, so it's easier to tackle.
And Taylor would be like, "Bam!" right in there.
Exactly. An absolute madman.
I love it. Yeah, that's just a storied history of just guys that are just well known. Taylor, Banks, Carl Banks to be exact.
I was gonna say, I'm like, please tell me you talk about Carl Banks.
Come on,
Harry Carson, Frank Gifford, Sam Huff,
Phil Simms,
Strahan, OC, Tuck.
Oh, what a defensive line.
Jason Pierre-Paul before he blew his hand off. Still my favorite football story of all time.
You gotta be stupid to blow your fingers off, man.
No. If someone has played with fireworks in the past, it is very easy. I almost watched my friend blow up a firework on himself. He was you know those ones that like the ground ones that like shoot up in the air?
Yeah.
Well, he was holding it and shooting it up, and then he threw it, and as soon as he threw it, it started popping. So if he was like a second away from we're going to the hospital.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. People are wild, man. In conclusion,
I have a great picture of it too. Of like seconds, I got a great picture of him like this with it all going up in the air, like right before he throws it.
Seconds before disaster.
Like literally, if God forbid he held on, it would have been like top 10 pictures before disaster. It would have been that one.
Put it on America's Funniest Home Videos. Was it AFV?
AFV.
Yeah. Does that show still exist? No.
Yes, it still exists with a new host.
Still?
New host though. It's you know him. He's been in some things. Oh my God, what is it? What's his name?
Is he African American?
Yes.
He looks like the dude from the French.
Yeah, it's Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah, he's a dude from Fresh Prince, right?
Yes.
There you go. That's what it was.
Yes, Carlton Banks. This is character.
There you
go. This character in Fresh Prince.
There you go. So, yeah.
It was funny before. I like the old guy better for nostalgia. Yeah. The old guy for nostalgia purposes.
That's how I remember the show.
Exactly. I know it was Bob Saget before him.
There you go.
Rest in peace.
Yes, ma'am.
Uncle Danny.
Rest in peace to the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Full House.
Yes.
Whatever happened to no, I'm not gonna say
predictability.
The milkman and the paperboy. That song's a banger. But so sure. Yeah. Number 3 for me. Holy crap. Don't go too off topic. Because then we got baseball to talk about too, and I'm excited for that. So number 2, my friend, who do you have as the best quarterback situation?
Our boy, Mr. Jackson Dart.
Hey.
A guy that needs to sit for a year, but he's got 2 veteran quarterbacks in front of him that will, hold down the fort. So we're not going to see him at all this season, or maybe towards the end of the season we'll see him. And what better veteran quarterbacks ask for than a Super Bowl champion in Russell Wilson and former first overall pick in Jameis Winston, who has battled, struggling and kind of rebalancing his career. He's a guy that has a lot of experience. These are 2 guys that you can learn a lot from, especially in the New York market. Plus, Brian Daboll has worked with quarterbacks like Jackson Dart in the past. He ran a similar system at Alabama. He knows what these quarterbacks can and can't do. He fits that, how Daboll aggressively wants to throw the ball downfield. He fits that mold. So I think Daboll is going to be a process. And Joe Shane said it earlier that he sees a lot of Josh Allen in Jackson Dart. I think we're going to see a very similar development to what the Bills did with Allen, to what the Giants will do with Jackson Dart. So I think he's in a very, very good place right now.
Hell yeah. I like that. I'm excited to see Dart develop, man. He's gonna have plenty of help, plenty of assistance from the mentors and Winston and Wilson, and obviously a coach he's known to be a quarterback guru, and we saw that in Buffalo. So if you can replicate that with his guy in Dart, that's gonna be something that will lead to success in the future for Mr. Dart. For number 2 for me, I have Will Howard. Look, his only competition out there in Pittsburgh is Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. Barring an Aaron Rodgers move, he should be all right to start. And the weapons around him are great. Pickens, Jalen Warren is the RB1 at this time in Pittsburgh, unless I'm missing somebody. I don't think I am.
I don't think so.
Right? Let me see real quick. Caleb Johnson. Oh my gosh. Come on, Nate. Focus. Caleb Johnson, they drafted him this past year, this past draft. They also have the other running back as Kenneth Gainwell, who they signed in free agency. Like there's a solid backfield there. And then DK Metcalf, Pickens, Calvin Austin, and Robert Woods round out the receiving room with Pat Fryermuth. And but he is set for success if he is to start. And Howard, he does have the ability to run a little bit, which helps his case over Rudolph or Thompson because they're just not that good.
Yeah.
And Howard is a national champion, so he's
won in the past. He knows what it takes to win.
He knows what it takes to win, man. And I think Mike Tomlin will love him. I think if they don't pursue Rodgers or Rodgers doesn't sign with them, I think they'll still be set for success with Howard if all goes to plan. And like I said, he has the number one spot is in his hands. So yeah, and the number one is
it's Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, yeah, no doubt about it. Just we'll make it short here with him. Number one overall pick was going to start from the jump. I know Brian Callahan, the coach, was like, "Oh yeah, it's good to keep Levis around for competition." Yeah, but
he has to say that.
Yeah, we know who's going to start, which is Cam Ward, and the Titans have built the team around him, and whether it's through the draft or free agency, and they still have Pollard and Spears in the backfield, but they also have Ridley's still there. They signed Lockett in free agency before the draft began. Treylon Burke is probably not going to do much. Van Jefferson they brought in as well, and they drafted Alec Ayamanor, who I honestly expect to step in as a number 3 guy once camp ends and everything. And then they also have Xavier Restrepo, who they brought in as a UDFA receiver, who was Cam Ward's teammate at Miami. So overall, he has the number 1 quarterback situation. Do you have anything else to add for him?
No, the other thing I had was that Brian Callahan have worked with Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, and Peyton Manning before in the past. So that's a good guy to have on your side.
Damn right. So he has his guy. Callahan does in Ward. So we'll see how it all works out for him. But yeah, those are our best rookie quarterback situations based on a variety of factors, not just how good they are. So I will say the other quarterbacks drafted, Jackson Dart, Dylan Gabriel, Kyle McCord. Yeah, McCord's not going to start ever on Philly. I'm sorry. Barring some major injury to Jalen Hurts, McCord's not starting. Ryan Leonard has a chance to start, and you mentioned that as well on your rankings. Yep. Graham Mertz was drafted to the Texans. Tommy Malloy from Montana State was drafted to the Raiders. Yeah. Well,
the Raiders, the reason they didn't draft the quarterback or draft the quarterback high was because they didn't want to repeat a Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix situation with Geno Smith. It's like, guys, I think the situations are a little different.
Yeah, Geno Smith is like the star. Like, come on, man.
You didn't sink 4 years into Geno Smith. You sunk 2 years into Geno Smith.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Geno Smith is a bridge quarterback, while Kirk Cousins is a borderline franchise quarterback.
Yeah. Geno has moved, been on plenty of teams. Like, come on. Let's total horses here, guys. Come on. But yeah, Tom Malloy, Cam Miller were drafted to the Raiders back-to-back, 2 picks from each other, which is weird because they're both quarterbacks, but Malloy can play wide receiver as well, so I don't know what they're doing there. Curtis Rook went to the Niners. I don't know. And then Quinn Ewers signed with the Dolphins, or was drafted by the Dolphins. So every quarterback from Gruden's quarterback class was drafted except Seth Hannigan. He was weird, dog. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't have he's like a quiet. He's dead ass. Seriously, he's like Daniel Jones, just more talented. And
That's not
I don't
saying
know.
much.
He was just weird to me, and
Yeah.
it's not his fault. I just watched him play. I don't know. Anyways, enough about football. Let's move on to baseball. So we'll give our MLB award rankings in a bit. But
Yeah.
of course we have to do Flush and Faithful, right? So my friend, what do we need to know about the Mets?
Well, the bats continue. A 19-5 win, like I said on Tuesday show. Great way to bounce back after blowing a big lead. Bats continue to stay hot into Tuesday, beating up the Diamondbacks 8-3, I believe. Tough loss last night. They showed fight in the ninth inning, which is good. Ryan Stanek is kind of regressed to a normal bullpen guy, where like he'll have his ebbs and flows. Right now, peaks and valleys. We're in a valley right now with Stanek, so I kind of want to take him out of high pressure situations for right now, because I'm not saying he lost the game for us, because hey, we only scored 1 run till the ninth inning, and I think we left 13 guys around the scoring position. So like, yeah, you have to knock those guys in, but they showed fight last night after being down 4-1 ninth inning, bases loaded, no one's out. Had a weird play with Jesse Winker where I think the ball knocked off his cleat. Umpire still said no. Regardless, scored a couple runs, just missed that, just couldn't get there enough. It happens. We're 13-2 at home. Only, I think, 8 teams LB history ever been 14-1, but at least they fought back. And Brendan Waddell, I mean, talk about David Stearns just finding these diamonds in the rough. 4 innings of scoreless ball last night. Didn't walk anyone. I think he had 4 strikeouts on the night after pitching in Taiwan and South Korea for the past 3 seasons. This is a guy where the Mets, he either be your long man out in the bullpen, kind of fill a similar role that Trevor Williams had in 2022, or just kind of be that just lefty in the bullpen. This is going to be a really good pitcher for the Mets, and I'm excited to see what he did. But, guys, standing ovation last night. Mets are first pitch was just thrown in the Met game, so you take the series in Arizona and you go out to St. Louis, and hopefully you sweep them again. LFGM.
All right. Thank you. Yes, sir. As always. I don't got much for the Mets. Simply put, best team in baseball. Right?
Yep. They're my best team in baseball. I have them on our rankings. They're my best team in baseball.
Yes, sir. So we'll continue with the baseball part of this segment. So we'll keep it Flushing Faithful in a way.
Yeah.
That segment going with our awards through 1 month of the year. So we'll start with MVP. Oh, no. I'll say that for the end. I'm going to say that for the end. Let's start with the best team. So the best team in baseball is no doubt the Mets at this point in time.
That's what I have.
I was going to say the Dodgers, sure, whatever. Yeah, but no. The Mets were the first to 20 wins. So personally, I put that over the Dodgers. But you guys, look, there was concerns with their pitching staff as always heading into this season, right? There were so many question marks. And let's be honest, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, unless I'm acting like a casual at this point, there were question marks as to how Juan Soto was going to do in his first year with the Mets, right? I'm not saying that
questions he was going to do, just like, will he live up to the contract, Yeah,
yes, that's what I meant. So thank you for clarifying for me. I appreciate that because I'm going to sound like an idiot. But there were some question marks. But you guys have came out the gates on fire. Clay Holmes has had his moments to start.
Prove the doubt is wrong.
Prove the doubt is wrong, maybe. And just overall, the team was just hot, man. And you guys are running away with the East at this point in time. The Phillies are still in contention, but look, it's the Mets division to lose at this point in time, barring a major collapse. And as long as you guys keep doing what you're doing, I don't expect anything less from you guys. So, but I think maybe we might defer on the, I guess, the worst surprising team. No,
the worst team I have is the Rockies. That's the worst team I have because they're an embarrassment to baseball. And surprise, I had the Baltimore Orioles.
Me too. Yeah, yes. What's going on with them? Like, I was looking at the record.
Pitching staff. The pitching staff is the worst in baseball. Charlie Morton was their big offseason acquisition. Has an ERA over 9 right now. 1 year, $15 million contract, ERA over 9. I have a great piece coming out soon, within the next couple of days for call to depend on 3 players the Orioles should have signed instead of Charlie Morton based on the contract they give them. Go check that out over there. But yeah, it's Orioles. It's their pitching. It's the pitching's been the Achilles heel all year for them.
Yeah, I mean, Eflin's out for a little bit. Gerson Rodriguez is out for a good amount of time. Yeah, it's Gibson, Kramer, and Povich.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's just because they have a young,
they have a
offense.
Great young roster of offensive pieces. It's just like, why didn't you go out and be aggressive for a Blake Snell? I don't understand.
They should have. They should have, honestly. But at the end of the day, it's just.
Or do whatever you can to keep Corbin Burns, your ace from last season.
They traded him, right?
They traded for him, and then he left it for agency this year.
That's what it was. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, they may not be the worst team in baseball, and they can still have, turn things around, man. But it's just I expected them to be near the top of the East, and instead
they should be in contention with the Yankees right now for the best team in the AL East, and they just aren't. It sucks you're an Orioles fan because you have this core is good enough to win a World Series. It's just the pitching is so bad that's holding everyone back.
So yeah, that's to me the worst surprising team, I guess, in terms of just their performance as far. But yeah, I expect the Rockies to be bad, but like
not
really?
This bad. They're on pace for 25 wins.
Dog? Oh, how? You're a major league team.
Bad ownership and putting your money into bad players. Like the Chris Bryant contract kind of sunk them. They should have just hold on to Arenado.
Trying to see what's the depth chart look like.
I
didn't look at it.
Brendan Doyle is the only player of note. Torres, the shortstop's not bad. But yeah, outside of that, it's a bunch of nobodies. And if Chase Dollinger, the big pitching prospect, I think he's just starting to throw for them. So we'll see what he does. But it's Coors Field. It's Coors Field. Like pitching prospects go there to die.
At least they have Mickey Moniak. I know that name.
He's fun.
He's fun. That's all there is. There's nothing to look forward to in Colorado, which is terrible. At least you have the Nuggets.
Yeah.
If you're in Denver. Woohoo. All righty.
The Broncos are good. And the Avalanche the Avalanche might get eliminated tonight, actually. Dallas Stars up 3-2 on them. I got a big future on the Stars, so go Stars.
And Game 6 is in...
Game 6 is in, I believe, it is in Colorado, so...
Avalanche has a chance to make a Game 7. But all right, my friend, who do you have winning MVP this year? I mean, so far after 1 month.
For the American League, do I really need to say it's Aaron Judge? Like, come on.
Come on, man.
Dude's an alien. The dude's an alien. He's 412, 507, 728 slash line, a 1.235 OPS, 9 home runs, 29 RBIs. The dude's insane. What else can I say about him? The guy is from another planet. He will go down as one of the best players of all time. It's insane. For the National League, it's the polar bear. It's Mr. Pete Alonso. I'm tracked. This is the best Pete Alonso we've seen from 2022. 346, 462, 664, an OPS of 1.126, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. Basically was the main piece of his best offense when they kind of got off to a slow start. He was the entire offense. So if you want to pick the guy that's contributed the most to the best team in baseball, you pick Pete Alonso for your MVP in the National League.
But yeah, for me, same thing. Judge is my AL guy. I mean, he's on a hot start.
How can you not pick Judge? He's literally got a 400 at batting average. I know batting average isn't the stat it used to be, but a 400 is impressive.
Oh yeah, he's just doing his thing, man. He's an unbelievable. I hope the Yanks make the World Series again. I really do. I really do. I mean, they have a chance. I mean, with Judge, I mean, yes, they lost Soto. I get it, but like for them to be performing the way they are still behind Judge, he's carrying them on offense. Without him, they're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, P's my MVP in the AL. In the NL, I got Ohtani. I mean, Lindor was up there for me because he's been off to a solid start of his own, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he's off to his
Yeah,
best start in the Mets uniform, batting over 300 right now.
thank you. But I'm gonna go Ohtani, man. I mean, what's it? 7 home runs, 20 RBI, 10 RBI. He has missed some games, but he's batting 287, and he's just the core. He's just the leader of that Dodgers offense, who is also one of the best teams in baseball, as well. So I ain't gonna lie, I was unoriginal when it comes to MVP. So I went with Ohtani. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So, but yeah, rookie. Let's go to Cy Young.
Cy Young. I
Who do you
have
have winning?
Tarek Skubal for Detroit for
Same
AL,
here.
34
Same
and
here.
2/3 innings, a 2.34 ERA, 40 strikeouts to just 5 walks, a 1.038 WHIP, and a 1.68 ERA plus. I mean, this is a dominant stat. I feel like Skubal is finally living up to that potential, and he's a big reason why Detroit is on top of the Central right now.
Yeah, same here. Yep, I have Schoolball as well. He has a better whip than Crochet at this time.
Yep.
I think 1.04 versus 1.05, and has more Ks per 9 innings. Just want to add that in since I'm just copying Brian at this point. It seems like. But who do you have winning in the NL? In terms of
I have Hunter Green of Cincinnati. Took a little time. I feel like Hunter Green was a bigger name back in 2016 when he was still in high school, getting as the original Shohei Ohtani. Don't forget that on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a two-way player. But finally moved to pitching, and it's all come together from this year. Had a good year last year, don't get me wrong, but this is the year he's finally becoming that ace. You know, in 36 and 2/3 innings, he got 2.7 ERA, 43 strikeouts, and just 6 walks, and 8.45 WHIP. That's insane. I forgot who has the higher one for him, but that is you're not even lining up a guy on base per inning. That's insane. An ERA plus of 1.62. Cincinnati's found an ace, and he's finally here.
Damn right. For me, it was between Yamamoto and Skeens for me because Yamamoto has been on fire to start the year, right? And Skeens is obviously a fireballer, but Yamamoto is just unbelievable. So, not just because he's Asian, you know, I'm just saying. I promise not because of that. For him in the for my pick in the NL, but look, a 1.06 ERA, 3 quality starts, and has started 6 games. He's 3-2, but the ERA is insane. Struck out 43 guys so far this season, which is one of the best in the league, and 11.4 Ks per 9 innings with a whip of 1.00. So in comparison, I mean, yes, Skeens has a better whip at this point in time, but the ERA is obviously a big factor when it comes to pitching. I sound like a freaking casual right now. Holy crap. But Yamamoto is my pick for Cy Young winner in the National League. And then now we have Rookie of the Year. And I hope you have this guy in the AL, but who do you have?
I know exactly.
Gosh dang it.
Exactly
come on,
who you think it is. I do.
What do you mean?
I had Chandler Simpson from Tampa Bay as my Rookie of the Year. He's currently slashing 300, 349, and 325. The power numbers aren't there. Hasn't had a home run yet. A WRC plus of 103, OPS plus 98. But this guy can fly around the bases. He only has 3 stolen bases already. But if Tampa Bay has taught us anything, they're going to let him steal. And if he can continue to get on base, this guy has a real shot at, a 50, 60 stolen base season.
Well, I'm going to go with Jacob Wilson. Okay. Yes. I mean, no, but I love your pick. For me, I love Wilson, dude. He's batting 325, which is top 10 in the league. 3 home runs, tied for 11th best. 15 RBIs, OPS is 792. He's a hitting machine, and he does not strike out. No, sir. He does not strike out whatsoever. Just 6 strikeouts so far. And he barely walks. Like, this dude will either make contact, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, he doesn't strike out, but he barely walks. So he's always getting his bat on the ball, which is great. And honestly, he's one of the more talented people on this A's offense, which let's be honest, isn't the best. I mean, they hit dingers.
That's it.
Yeah, we allow a lot of runs and we score a lot of runs. So that's just equals average. But Wilson is a bright spot in this offense when it comes for the A. So he is my AL rookie of the year. In the National League, sir, who do you have?
I have Dylan Cruz of Washington. I didn't
Same
really
here.
have anyone. There wasn't really a rookie that stood out for me in terms of like National League guy. But Cruz has been okay. Batting average kind of stinks at 212, but a 241 on base percentage, 350, 356 slugging, 4 home runs, 6 RBI, 6 stolen bases, a 67 OPS plus, a 65 WRC plus. Again, not great, but it's just kind of like the best of what we can do out there.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe like Roki Sasaki. If you're gonna
but
add
he
one
struggled
guy,
so bad. I can't give it to him.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. He's a candidate, but like over I just he needs to change, turn things around.
Yeah.
He's not really living up to his contract per se so far, I guess I would describe it. So but yeah, those are our picks so far after 1 month. Not many surprises with our picks, right? You know, Mets are great, Rockies suck, Orioles are disappointing so far. The most disappointing, I could have just said that as my God. Now I found the right words. Too late now. And then we talked about MVP. So Judge in the AL for both of us. In the NL, it was Ohtani for me, and it was
Pete.
Who was it for yours? Pete Alonso, the polar bear in the NL, and then Cy Young. We had both. Oh, my nose is killing me. Scooble, and then I had Yamamoto in the NL, and you had
Green
in the NL. I like how we both did not say Paul Screens. I mean, Screens doing well, but you know that wasn't our
be a little
pick.
different.
Yeah, a little different.
Don't go chalk.
Exactly. Don't be like me. And then Rookie of the Year, I had Jacob Wilson in the AL, and then and you had
Chandler Simpson.
And sorry, I'm trying to get used to all these names, man. I'm telling you. And then so and then in the NL, Cruz in the NL, yes. So all right, I'll do it for our MLB awards, and yes, all right, post game segment. All right, Lakers suck. All right, moving on. Okay,
I'll let you take this.
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. You know, you think like when you play a 7-footer in Gobert when you're Minnesota, like you match up him with, I don't know, another 7-footer, right? And no, you don't do that. You instead, you know, you put out a small ball lineup in the deciding game or the potential deciding game of the series. You go with Doncic, Reeves, James, Hachimura, and Finney Smith. And you let Hachi jump for the ball. Come on, dude. What are we doing? Last night was just one of the more frustrating nights as a Lakers fan. So I was just like, I didn't know what the heck we're doing. Jackson Hayes didn't get any playing time. Alex Len didn't get any playing time. By the way, they're both 7 foot. So, and we played a guy who hasn't played in 46 games. And Maxi Kleber barely came back. And we said, nah, you're going to get playing time over 2 guys that have been playing consistently and have been healthy. I'm not blaming JJ Redick. I really am. I'm not. Like, I'm not mad at him. It's just we didn't have anything. And I was very optimistic heading after the Luka trade because I was like, you know, we can win the championship. Look, it simply put, the Wolves are better than us. It's that simple. It really was. Ant's a dog. He didn't show up really much last night, but you know, the supporting cast around the Wolves got the job done. And that's what I expected. If the Wolves are going to win the series, like everyone else outside of Edwards needs to step up. Randall stepped up. Reed stepped up. Even Chenzo at times stepped up. McDaniel stepped up at times as well. So props to them. They played well. Good for them. They're going to get eliminated next round anyways by Golden State. So I'm not even mad at it because Golden State will get the job done. I'm sorry. Minnesota's not that good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just go Bear, really? Like 23-20 last night or whatever? Yeah. So just wait till you play an actual big man. Then we'll start talking. Okay? Okay. But anyways, that's it. I'm just salty. So the Wolves move on. They'll play the winner of the Rockets Warriors series. Golden State last night. We're down by 30 at half, and I said, all right, we're done. They played the starters like the first 7 minutes, and they took them out after the deficit wasn't close. The backups did bring it down to like an 11-point game, but the Rockets just got the win, and they had to go and stay down 3-2. Pacers beat the Bucks 119-118 to win a series in 5. So I think, did we both pick the Pacers to win? We did, right?
Yes.
We're
we said the Pacers can handle Giannis. We're good. Giannis's last game in Milwaukee?
Question mark? Giannis to the Lakers? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm
trying to think like what team would be good for Giannis to go to. Actually, you know what would be good for him? Detroit. Pair up with K. Kubnik. Giannis and Kubnik.
Oh, Cunningham. Yeah.
Cunningham. Not Kubnik. What the hell am I thinking of? Yeah, Cunningham.
Yeah, you know, Klubnik from the Tigers.
Yes.
Yeah, I honestly, I feel like he deserves a big market, Giannis.
No, yeah, he would want to go to the big market. I'm just thinking like, oh, Detroit be good. Like, oh, you already have Cunningham. Now pair him with the superstar, and then you got the big two to really dominate the NBA with.
To the Knicks. I mean, Giannis to the Knicks.
I can definitely see it. Definitely can see it. They've been rumored. That was been the big rumor since KD didn't go to the Knicks. Was all right. Giannis is next. Giannis was the next guy.
See, so
if we didn't trade for Cat last offseason, I would say it's a slam dunk. Now I would say I don't want to say it's out. I think it's more just kind of like 50-50 if we're interested or not.
This supporting cast in Milwaukee is just not there anymore.
No.
And
you don't even know when Dame will play again.
Yeah,
if he'll play again.
That future is so murky, so I'm trying to get out of there as soon as possible. If I'm him, so the Pacers move on though. They will take on the Cavs in the next round, and the Celtics await the winner of the Knicks Pistons series. The Knicks up 3-2, heading into Game 6 in Detroit. So we'll see what happens there. Quarterback Jordan Travis retires at the age of 23. It was sad. He decided to walk away from the game based on advice from doctors. For those of you who don't know, he suffered a gruesome leg injury in 23 when he was with Florida State. He landed awkwardly. He fractured and dislocated his left ankle. It was just a terrible.
It basically
injury.
Killed Florida State's playoff chances, and their
which is so dumb. They were undefeated, and he didn't make the playoff. Like, bro, that's the CFB playoff messed up there. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, the SC bias in the college football playoff is unbelievable, and SEC fans will never talk about it, but they are so favored for no reason. Yes, your conference is good, but guess what? It's just as top heavy as the Big Ten is.
Yeah, you're undefeated. Mm-hmm. Sure, your quarterback was fantastic, but just because he's out don't mean they don't got a chance. Like, sure, we may not have heard of the backup quarterback's name before when he played, but you just never know. And Travis was great, by the way, during that year in 2023. He had he completed 64% of his passes, 20 touchdowns, only 2 picks, led the Seminoles to an 11-0 record. The Jets drafted him in 24 with their 5th round pick, but that surgically repaired left leg had just fully recovered. Didn't recover or fully recover, I should say. And then he just retired. And once the doctors was just like, yeah, it's just best if you do. But the Jets were kind of just weird about it anyways, because they kind of try to rush him in terms of his rehab, which is like, you would think that he would care more about your players, but I digress. Travis was supposed to be the one to succeed Aaron Rodgers in New York, and that will not be the case for the young man. So Thursday hopefully gets better soon or fully recovered soon, and hopefully get back to the game of football as like a coach or something, or whatever the case may be. Let's see. The NFL fined the Atlanta Falcons $250,000 and DC Jeff Ulbrich $100,000 for failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the 2025 NFL draft. They fined the Falcons and Ulbrich for Shadur Sanders' number being leaked because the son is a dummy. That's all we know, or that's all that should be said. Obrick said his son's actions were inexcusable. I'm just saying I would have gotten the belt and whooped his butt, but I digress. Alrighty. And this was an interesting one. We had this conversation, I think, back in season 2 about Bill Belichick and his new girl.
Oh my God!
Yes, I love that you laughed.
Did you see what Antonio Brown posted this morning?
I did not.
Hang on. Keep talking. We will find Antonio Brown. Hang on. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much. But yeah, so recently Bill Belichick was in a recent interview with CBS, and there was some questions about football, of course, blah, blah, blah. But then there were some questions about the relationship. And personally, I'm just saying, if someone's asking me about my relationship, I'm proudly like, if I'm being asked, how'd you guys meet? No, I answer the question. I answer it right up. Be like, we met here and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Well, when Bill Belichick was asked about it, Hudson stepped in, was like, we're not talking about this. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. And then apparently Belichick, after their interview, was like, oh, yeah, you know, the clips, the interview was edited to have this controlled narrative that Hudson's bad and she controls everything and all that stuff. How about this for you, Bill? Look, you're at UNC now, okay? This is a downgrade from the NFL, first off. Second, talk about woman controlling guys. You let a whole woman change who you are, Bill. This is not
you got a stupid
Bill.
Name, Jordan.
Yeah. The parents can't even name her right, and that's not the point. The point is, Bill, you have let this chick take control of your life. Because when you die, guess where the money's going to? Her. She's playing the long game. And you don't know that. But you're so freaking dumb in the head. They don't realize that. Okay? Come on, Bill. And it gets worse. So, remember Hard Knocks? How we were all supposed to see UNC and get a behind-the-scenes look? I see the tweet. We're going to show that in just a second. By the way.
I know.
This whole behind the scenes of UNC football, I was hyped as hell because I did not want to see an NFL team have Hard Knocks offseason like the Giants. No, sir. But college, different story. You mentioned it too. NIL stuff that we could see, recruiting visits, I'm sure we would be able to see as well.
Nope.
Hudson, quote, played an instrumental role in stopping the production, relating to her request to be heavily involved in the project. So she wanted to be involved in it so much, and that's why it was canceled because the Hard Knocks was like, no. The sources are anonymous because they're not authorized to speak publicly. But in a December 2024 email to North Carolina officials, Hudson, who was 24, identified herself as the, quote, chief operating officer of Belichick Productions. And you're probably wondering, oh, that's a thing? No, it is not. Because The Athletic, where the article, I love The Athletic, by the way.
Great.
They have been unable to identify any company registered in Massachusetts or in any state called Belichick Productions. It gets worse. Well, not really. So yeah, we were supposed to get this behind the scenes audio visual project about Belichick's transition from the NFL to college. And yeah, like the after some negotiations, the day when everything was finalized, UNC's Office of University Counsel received authorization to start, getting contracts so people can sign. The director from UNC's director of university governance, Carolyn Pratt, even sent a message to the Hard Knocks crew saying thanks again for making this happen. So literally everything was ready to go. They had all the graphics ready. They had all that stuff. And then 48 hours later, something changed. The conversation got uncomfortable. The deal was just so close to the finish line and just collapsed. And, everything just went to crap. And, yeah.
Plus, you had Jordan correcting Belichick on football stuff.
I know. Can you believe that? Yeah, I was just.
Yeah. This is what Antonio Brown tweeted this morning. Oh, it's great. He's not wrong though.
It's just unbelievable. I'm just. Why, Bill? Why?
Oh, 2 words. She's hot.
No, she is not.
No, she's not. But he thinks she is.
His taste sucks. Man, I feel bad for his former wife. Holy crap!
He didn't have a wife. They were never married.
Well, I hope she's thriving. That's what I say. You go, girl. Yeah, you do your thing out there. Fudge Hudson, we could have had Hard Knocks about college, and she ruined that because she wanted to be involved in the project. Man, no one even heard of you before. What do you even do?
She was, I believe, runner-up in the Miss Maine pageant.
Oh, so cool. That's like me being the MVP of my flag football league.
Pretty much.
Oh, put me in the pros, coach. F her, bro. I'm sorry. I hate that chick. I'm trying to be involved in everything.
Got strong opinions.
Hush. I'm telling you, man. She ruined it. I just hate Bill. I get like you're defending her and everything, but dog, really? What do you mean she did? Oh, the clips were edited to show that she was control. She controlled the whole interview, Bill. She was right there next to you. You're sitting right here, the interviewer right here, and then 10 feet from you was Hudson. She was right there. What do you mean she wasn't control? She was watching the whole time.
Yeah.
Come on, Bill. You blind mother effer. Oh man. I hope my Cowbears beat the F out of you when we play y'all. I swear, y'all come to when they come to Berkeley. Oh, I hope we whoop that ass. But I'm gonna stop before I'm gonna lose my shit. Anyways, pickle. Yeah, thank God. Oh man, I was gonna lose myself. As we start, we change the background here. Pickle. I think last time we played, I guess the player on my
Devin
first
Williams.
guess, which was fantastic actually. But yeah, let's get started. Cool, perfect. All right, my friend, you're first as always. Who do you got?
I don't know if there has it, but let's do Waddell. Waddell. Yep, there he is. Lefty in the NL East.
Suarez, come on.
No. All right, not a pitcher.
Okay.
A lefty on the
Mets.
C.J. Abrams.
The age. Well, we can get the team though. You want to go? Do you want to do it or
yeah,
no?
do it. Get age and team position.
Okay. So it's Braves.
That lefty throws righty. So he's a Brave or he is a Marlin. Oh God. Good Christ. Not
Burger, right?
Yeah, Jake. Is Burger still a Marlin?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think Burger's still a Marlins.
Low.
Yes, no. National though.
Gosh, damn! I thought it was on the Marlins. If it's a Marlin, we are screwed.
We really are because there's nobody on the Marlins.
Who's on the Braves? Olsen?
Yeah, that seems about right. He should be like 31. The age might be a little old though. I think he's like 33.
He's 31, so it could work out.
That could work out. Yeah, do it.
You want to do it? Want to do it for the team? Okay.
No, my God, we're so screwed.
Oh my.
Well, okay,
God.
okay, here we go. He's either 27 or 28.
True. Okay. Yes, because this helps. This helps.
It's not Max Myers because he's not a starting pitcher.
Tanner Scott by the Dodgers now.
Tanner Scott's a Dodger. Yep.
Oh, first base. Damn it! But
he's not even out contract. It's not a starter.
He's still there.
Yeah, not for long. He'll be gone by the deadline.
Way to bring hope and then just destruction to Marlins fans.
Oh, they know. They're aware.
All right.
Matt Mervis.
Oh,
He's not American.
Shit.
Or first baseman. And American.
Yeah, my gosh.
The problem is the Marlins have 2 starters and everyone else is a platoon player.
In conclusion, they have nobody.
They suck.
Damn. Bats lefty, throws righty. Wow.
What's their closer's name? Starts with an A. It's like Anthony or something.
U.S. Gosh dang.
They're both U.S.
Oh, wow.
Like, Jazz Chisholm isn't even there.
I know. Okay. Who's your shortstop?
Xavier Edwards is their shortstop. Connor Nolby? Is he just like from Canada or something? So just do Connor.
Yeah, you're right. I'm in Gillespie, bro.
Well, look, 27. The age is right.
Okay, if we do Norby, we can get the position.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's dumb, right?
Yeah, that is dumb.
That's dumb. Come on, Nate. Be smarter than that.
We did Xavier Edwards, right? He's American.
Yeah, he's an American.
Otto Lopez plays second base. Try it. Just maybe we'll get the country.
Okay, he's Dominican.
He's Dominican.
Wow, that helps out so much. Is Connor Joe like in the league? I don't know.
Connor Joe is not Dominican.
Oh my god.
No way. No.
Wait. Griff? Nah.
American.
He like No, he had it. I saw 5 greens.
Jesus Sanchez.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank God. Thank God you're here. Thank God. What's his stats?
Jesus Sanchez? Hang on.
I got it. I got you, buddy.
Bad.
Really?
Bad. Very bad.
Sorry, my allergies are killing me. Really, MLB?
Like, we can't do just like normal players. Like, we can't do like, I don't know. Like, Josh Young was a good one the other day because like it's hard, but like you also should know who Josh Young is. Luis Roberts, like a Met maybe for once.
But for once, I hope we get one of these. One of them.
That's gonna be such an exciting day.
Yeah, I'm not guessing anything. If it's a Met, I'm not guessing anything. But yeah, thank God we got it. Mm-hmm. All right, we went on for quite some time, but it was a fun episode regardless. Went through Giants UDFAs, went through our best quarterback situations from the rookie class this year, and then we went through Flushing Faithful and our MLB awards after 1 month, and wrapping it up with the the Lakers losing and heading to the off season, and then also my small rant. I didn't even let you talk about Hudson and Belichick too much, did I? Did you have any
That's
thoughts
fine.
on
You covered it all.
Thanks. Right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not much else to say. She's very clearly a gold. She's very clearly a gold
hate-
digger.
I ain't saying she a gold. Okay, no, I'll stop. But
No,
you can follow.
we already got demonetized by YouTube with the music.
You can follow us on social media at Nathan_2124, Brian PG1016 on Twitter, and then all things 3010 Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and the YouTube as well. And you can see our article work and also the other podcasts that we have on as part of the Belly Up Sports podcast network at BELLYUPSPORTS.com. And as you can see, it so says see you Thursday. So I meant to say see you Tuesday for our next episode. And we'll talk more from then. So for Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much as always. Make sure to like and subscribe if you made this far. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.